You have 12 new voice messages and 19 saved messages. New message.
So, what's going on? Why did you block me on Snapchat?
New message.
Slide my ass.
Hey, Jasmine, this is Martin. Can you call me back at this number? What's your number again?
Oh, no.
Call me back at this number as soon as you get it. Otherwise, I'll try to meet you at the store in the morning. Bye.
I looked at my brother and his fiance. They were sleeping at the bus stop, and I talked to my homeboy that I was chilling with, and I was like, bro, I need some money. He's like, yeah, I know. I was like, is there any day labor places around here or something?
When I first started, I was like, man, this job right here is like what keeps me above water, man. Figure out what, man, I quit spending so much money and give me like a little efficiency or something. I can just have somewhere, you know what I'm saying, just go in that bitch and lay my head at night and
relax.
be right back at it again in the morning. Cause I got the energy, man. I got so much energy right now.
Since I was 3.
How old are you?
9.
The economic conditions of the haves have deteriorated so much of late. So more people that were a paycheck away from being homeless are homeless. My biggest disappointment is that as a city, we sort of try to bury them without really addressing them.
My name is Big Man.
Big Man. Okay. And are you from Houston? What part?
I grew up in Missouri City. I mean, like with me personally, I can't speak for no one else. I can speak for me personally. You know, it's better. The job situation needs to turn around in the city of Houston, I think, because last year at this time I was working for the county, Harris County, and you know, I lost my job working there, and so now I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. I got evicted back in the end of September, so I've been on the street since then. So I'm just trying to figure out a better way for me.
That we need to control big time. Every homeless should have like a home to live or sleep in at night and daytime.
Man has a beastly nature. I've been having it, I ain't had it that long. I had it about 3-4 years. That is the most irritating feeling I've ever had.
Tattoos?
Yeah, they don't hurt, they irritate. That is irritating. That shit irritates the shit out of me. I told the dude, I say, look here, man, once you stop, and let's just put some ink on the needle, don't stop for shit. Don't stop for nothing. We in jail.
It's extremely frustrating because to do any kind of therapeutic work, you have to have regularity. There has to be some structure involved. And it's hard to find structure for a person who doesn't know where they're going to sleep tonight or where their next meal is coming from. And so it's not like you can just have regular sessions with these people. You have to find them, and they have to be in a place mentally where they can actually do some work, you know. But if they're using actively and they're already altered, you can't do work with them. So sometimes even when you get relieved that you found them and you can now help them, but they're in a place mentally and emotionally where you can't do any work with them anyway.
Surah 2, Ayat 286, that's chapter 2, verse 286, that's out of the Quran.
What does it say in the Quran?
Basically what it says, no man shall bear any burden he cannot carry. And that's me with the world on my shoulders. The good, the bad, and the ugly problems of everybody. So I know one thing, regardless of what it feels like right now, considering where I've been and what I've been through, I don't give a damn. I'm not into religion, but If we believe in the Creator, there's no way in the world you can tell me that in 49 years that my life is gonna end like this with nothing. You can't make me believe that. And I know things is finna get better.
I have experience. I'm actually not from here, California.
What part?
Compton.
For real?
Yeah. Kelly Park. Went to Crenshaw High School.
All right.
I done 10-year prison sentence. Went in when I was 17. I'm 30. When I got out, when I gave my life back to society. But I've been out 2 years now. I have 13 felonies. I am an able-bodied, and I can work. But when I go to look for a job, they close their doors.
The problem is that this is no different from anybody. This could be any of us, you know?
Yeah, we need all of this shit, Jasmine. Like, all of it. I don't give a fuck if you gotta put these motherfuckers, all 6 motherfuckers out on one street and do one street at a time. I really don't give a fuck.
It's really no different for the homeless than it is anyone else with a mental health issue. We have yet as a society to embrace mental health as being no different than physical health or physical maladies. And until that happens, it's not going to change for anybody.
Way back then, in the Egyptians and the Romans, it was like if you look at their architects, how they write and how they did maps, you already see spaceships.
I'm finna say one thing. Okay, now I said this right here. I'm gonna say it again. God said I made all think about the movies, right? Think about the movie. This one movie, Predator. And I'm gonna leave it alone. See what you just said and think about the movie Predator. God said I made all He pointing the movies out there for people that don't understand what's going on in that Bible.
I have the love of God in my heart. I'm not racist, but that's what happens. And when we go to the churches, the church supposed to be for the people. And
it's about what the city ain't doing.
Church is
what
for
they
them.
Hide. They put it out there.
Church is for the people. That church is over there. It's for the people, right? They call HPD, tell us to get off their property.
I already put the laws on the spot about that.
This is in the Constitution. This is not nothing of the state of Texas. This is in the Constitution. The church belongs to the people.
New message.
Hey, what's up, Jasmine? This is Abraham. I just wanted to let you know that I'm calling in to see if you're going to be working tomorrow. I'm going to be up there. I sure do need the help. So hopefully I'll meet over with you in the morning, all right? All right, have a good night. See you in the morning. Bye.
New message.
Look, we had an awkward start, but I'd like to date you long-term as my girlfriend and see if you're interested in making a great life together. If you are, let's go there.
That he said I wanted to shoot him.
Why?
No, I seen him before last week or whatever, and he packed on the bus. Man, the stuff that he was saying. Then he said he was in love with jazz. I said, man.
You mean the music?
The jazz music already.
The music? So what you doing with that knife?
I fucked up. And I done fucked up. Yeah, Chad, I ain't bullshit. I did just in this short period, I've been back. I came back on my birthday. Since I've been here, I had about 4 fights. And I tried to kill this nigga. That nigga just was faster than me. I ain't lying, John. That nigga would have to be faster than me.
What are you gonna kill him over, eh?
I had some dope, right? And I was making a transaction. And he don't know me. And so he came over there and said, what's going on here? I said, what you mean, what's going on? Finna hit this lick. Oh, ain't nobody hit no lick over here, nigga. This my shit right here. Man, you got me fucked up. Go call the HPD and ask them if this yours, nigga.
the way that I see it is the people that are on the streets for certain reasons. Some do choose. I have seen a lot of people that they do this. They want the money by begging and doing whatever they do with it. I offered a lady, we do the blanket run, I offered a lady the other day a blanket and a scarf. It was like 30 degrees outside, and she pushed it back into my car and said, I want your money, I don't want handouts. And I was like, isn't that a handout either way? But I'm just trying to be nice. And she just like threw it back in my car. I was like, okay, I'll give it to somebody who wants it. Somebody who's laying on the street with a freaking piece of plastic around them.
From one place to another, they moved them out from under that bridge, okay, to over here under this bridge, you know, and they're setting up tents. They didn't do that when I was out here, so they're making it comfortable for them. They're renting out their tents.
Renting the tents?
They're renting their tents out for people to go in there and smoke crack and rent them out for an hour or two.
The whole point of the exercise, Jasmine, is to grow. You know, and as the company grow, then we all grow with the motherfucking company. But if we ain't growing this bitch, then we can't realize no individual and personal growth.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about money, but like I like that shit.
Here. And how I got familiar with this area was from people that I work with. I used to pick them up over here with my truck every day around 6:30. I used to be in the parking lot over here, and I worked for a cleaning company. They would pay y'all $40 a day to work 6 hours. And some days...
I've heard that story many times. People treat people who are less fortunate like the people that are like trash. I've heard that story at least 100 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the last 2 or 3 months, people always doing people that way. They'll get people to go to work for them, and they don't pay them.
Right.
Or they'll tell them we're gonna give you $50, and they give them 20.
Right.
And then it's a big fight, and they say, well, I'll call the police on you. I heard somebody actually got arrested for that. The guy didn't pay the money, and they got into a big fight, and he got arrested. So I mean, I've heard that story many times.
I said it ain't all about getting jumping. You gotta know how to serve them, man. Toes and all.
Nah, serve them.
Toes and all.
Serve
them. You gotta look good.
There's more to it. I know how to serve them. I take my girl's bag.
Lady boy,
like bubble bag. I run the water.
Nigga don't much enough.
Like literally,
Okay, off to one thing, gets jumping up here and thinking that's all it's about, man.
Not the toes.
Shit, all that go.
What he say?
He said the toes.
All that.
All that go.
I like pretty feet.
Nah, yeah, my baby mama. That's the only girl I used to paint her toes.
Like me, OG, I like one pretty toes. Yeah, I like. We get on the metro in front of everybody. Guess what? I'm gonna put them in my mouth. Ain't gonna do no problem.
Hey, you get on the metro rail, her toes looking like that.
I ain't gonna mess with her. I say pretty feet.
What are those?
There's a lot of places out here for men. There's all kind of places out here for men, bunk houses, but they don't have enough programs for women. They don't.
People are fond of saying, well, you know, they just need to take a shower, get a shave, put on some clean clothes, and go get a job. Well, if you've been on the street for any length of time, 60, 90 days or beyond that, you actually go through an entire cognitive restructuring process. And so you no longer think like you did when you were part of mainstream society. Once you enter the homeless society on a long-term basis, that cognitive restructuring provides you the tools that you need to exist in that environment, but not necessarily to communicate with or interact with traditional society.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Gordon Reginald Cooper III.
Gordon, we were out at Shipley's, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we met there.
That's where you get it.
Oh, I remember.
So,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What happened was my mom was the reason that I cared about things and became a Christian. My mom was the reason my dad ever loved anybody. My mom was the reason any of us in the house would ever have character. So when my mom passed away, it was time for everybody else to have character. Because my mom loved my dad had to move on, and I was my mother's and my dad's and the world. Because that's the way all of us were raised. It's not a new era, but you are called and you're called upon. And that's simply the answer.
It's strength in numbers, but it seems like they're trying to separate our numbers. It's like divide and conquer. and basically, to tell you the truth, they're winning.
It sucks. It sucks seeing people go through things. I've seen people in wheelchairs to little kids, and you can't reach out to everybody, and no matter how hard you try, it's pretty sad.
He wanted, matter of fact, he wanted $3 for a dime sack so he can go buy him a Kush square. He needed $3 more. He had $1.
Kush is more valuable than the. Man, Kush ain't no he said $3.
I mean, he said, man, give me $3 for this dime sack. It was like a 15 sack, so I can go give me a Kush square. But I was like, man, what I'm gonna do with that? I'm like, ain't nobody gonna buy that off me and him.
I've seen a couple of my friends who were just alcoholics who started using Kush, turned them into a completely different person. He walked around, talked about it, talked to himself, was real paranoid, and as a matter of fact, he died right over there up under that bridge. He went to sleep and never woke up again, but he was an alcoholic out here for years, and when he got on that Kush, he went to sleep and never woke up again.
Oh man, Bobby was TKO. I should have made you and Stacy carry him out the car and lay him down in the cross.
I didn't want to touch him because he started tensing his arms. I said, oh hell, he's about to start swinging.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you seen him go like nigga, get the fuck out of me. I'm like, nigga, she telling me to get you up out the truck.
He couldn't even walk.
The fuck up out the truck. Nigga got up and sat on the curb.
We never sold Kush in our location, so I don't know anything about like how the experience is, but heard from a lot of other smoke shop there who was selling, or a lot of customers saying, oh, you should sell it, you make a lot of money off of that, and extra.
It's not any different really than patients that you deal with on any other kind of substance that they're abusing, although the risk behaviors are greater because of the unknowns with Kush, and you really don't even know what you're smoking depending on the brand.
My heart got real erratic, out of control, and I thought I was supposed to have a heart attack, and I was scared. I was scared to move. I was in somebody's house, and we were all using drugs, and I was scared that if I died, that they were going to drag me out in the hallway or drag me by the dumpster, you know. And then I started thinking that somebody poisoned me, and I just got really just crazy. Yeah. Really, really scared.
Well, I can say, as far as Kush, I have had some friends that, unfortunately, they left this earth too early because of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a synthetic, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, once you try to find a job, you know, we can't have marijuana in our system. It have to be clean. So, you know, it's stressful. This is reality. It's stressful day in and day out.
Having to deal with reality, what you're going through sober, will drive you crazy.
They're all synthetics, and so the real risk is who's producing them and what kind of controls are in place.
Yes, I'll tell you exactly. It's the drug we chose on the street that's the lesser God. Children of a Lesser God is about a woman that was deaf, that was normal and more virtuous, but she was silent. Drugs are for the silent who cannot be quiet and would make a noise. You see, heroin is rock and roll, crack is street Cadillac when you have nothing and you can't eat and you can't speak English. Heroin is when you can't speak English, you don't know anything, and you love everybody. People are so that you can not do drugs and focus yourself and become a person again. You see, people do drugs because they know they were supposed to be right and it wasn't correct. That's the only reason you do drugs, is because it must be corrected by God and you're not going to say anything. That's why people use drugs.
And that's the escape route for most people. That's the escape route for most people that's on drugs. Yeah. You know, the thing about it is that the vast majority of the people that's out here probably not even homeless. You know, and I say vast majority, I'll be careful with that number because there is quite a few of us out here that are homeless, really are homeless. But when I think about issues that people come up with regarding the homeless people, I see them being part of the issue, not the issue itself.
But it's not any different than like the recent conflicts they've had with trying to build affordable housing. The people that qualify for affordable housing, the homeless people, they're not welcome in certain zip codes within the Houston area, and so they tend to congregate in the heart of the urban center in downtown.
Some shit in here, I don't never go in none of these niggas' bags. No telling what the fuck be in them bags still. In Dallas, we got some homeless motherfuckers. They take out of the dumpster behind Sonny Brand and make their lunch out of Sonny Brand.
They make minor scenes to try to excel their effort to try to help us out.
I've been out here for like 10 to 15 years. I know pretty much the different groups that come and feed. They ran all the legitimate groups off. The ones that's feeding us now, bringing us bologna sandwiches, the same ones you get when you go in the county jail, it's the same ones feeding us now. Because when they come from that parking lot, they gonna park right at the house where the lawman stay. And they not feeding us because they care about us. You're not gonna bring me the same thing they give me in that county jail and tell me that's love.
Right on, we know it.
And ride off and say Merry Christmas.
The drug is so cheap till I don't know what they're going to be able to do to stop that. It's $3, come on.
Yeah.
$3 a joint, we're never going to stop that. And they're around, people die every day. I live about 4 blocks from here, and I see the ambulances up here, the fire trucks. This is every day.
A lot of us now that sign up for the houses are zeros. If you're a zero, you gotta wait.
What do you mean a zero? What is
Zero means you last in line.
Yeah, they classify.
We should be first in line.
They classify you on 1 through I think it's
now they
6.
putting us last.
But I'm gonna tell you something.
So that means we gotta wait for houses until after the Super Bowl, and they don't want us like the Super Bowl. So what they gonna do by that time the Super Bowl come? When they come trying to make me leave?
After the Super Bowl, everything will go right back to the
So they gonna have to do this to me. Cause I was born and raised here. I'm a citizen. Don't fucking touch me.
There's such a sense of hopelessness, of helplessness, that they don't really consider something to be a risky behavior. It's just normal. It's their new normal. And they don't view the risk. They don't look at the risk because they're so focused on the here and now and this moment. Because for them, they don't know that there is a tomorrow. I mean, nobody understands that you don't know that tomorrow's guaranteed more than they do.
Police, Dallas ain't got nothing on us.
It ain't personal or general speaking wise, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be flat out honest with you. A lot of the stuff that comes up against us comes personally. It's like, you know, you've been doing it, but that kind of mindset, you know, you're the problem to start with. So if we get rid of you, we get rid of the problem type of thing. And you may not have any inkling of an idea of what the problem is.
So we can really show y'all what Houston is really about.
Like I said, I'm from California. I've seen a lot of
Dollar
stuff.
bills. They say they gave them about 300 million or something like that. They supposed to spend maybe 8 million on us. They spent 300 million on some flowers on the other side of town. Flowers.
Maintaining contact is very different because they're so mobile, and they may be here in Herman Park for a month. They may be downtown after that. They move to wherever they succeed in meeting their needs. So the constant frustration of trying to maintain contact and continue to provide a service is my biggest issue.
New message.
If you would like to continue this call of up to 20 minutes by accepting
New message.
like that shit ain't fair, and I ain't do nothing to you that will make you cause me almost $2,000 that I gotta pay.
That's why people use drugs. It's because you're the doors and nobody's gonna help you. Or you're the doors, you don't have anything and you live under everything and you're the doors. Or you're the Stones, or you're Run DMC and you went to the university and you know everything and you don't have everything. That's why you do drugs. Run DMC went to the university and graduated and they didn't have anything. The Stones didn't have anything and became everything. The Beatles were going to become the Beatles because there weren't any Beatles and they needed the greatest band that ever was that loved everybody more than ever anybody can be loved. You do drugs because God doesn't use words and that's all you fucking hear. That's your answer.